I'm at DeKing Precision with Albert, and he's going to show us a few ways that a job shop can put scientific cutting tools to use.
Absolutely. I'll also be showing you guys some tips and tricks on how we maximize our efficiency so we don't spend all day looking for tools.
So Albert, what is it that you guys are working on? What are a couple ways you're able to use our tools?
Yeah, so I mean, we're not doing anything crazy. We're not reinventing the wheel, but there's a few things that we do that we maximize the ability of Scientific's boring tools. For example, this part here, we have 2 counterbores, right? They're both about under 600 diameter. So this is an application where it starts getting into the gray area where you can't really use an indexable insert for boring because it starts getting too small.
Right.
And since it's a flat bottom application, it poses another issue. Oftentimes, you're working around and very limited to the amount of tool positions you have. If you take a look at this machine, every single tool position is jam-packed with a tool, right? We have live tooling in there doing multiple holes and chamfering and grooving. So saving tool space inside of the machine is one focus, but also making sure that we're meeting our dimension requirements and our tolerance requirements, and our finish requirements is most important. So the way we leverage Scientific tools is we're going in with a drill and roughing first, and with that one Scientific tool, we're finishing both counterbores in one pass.
Wow.
And because we're feeding out through a guide bushing, and we know that we have a ton of rigidity there, and that boring bar is solid carbide on a really good holder, we're getting exceptional finishes on these counterbores, and we're able to hold 5/10 running thousands of pieces a day. Most importantly, the fact that we can repeat this, right? We're running orders of thousands of pieces. We want to have the confidence that as the parts are coming in and out, they're in spec and the quality is there. So
right, absolutely. And it makes sense, as you can't use an indexable. You're not going to have something with no radius, something that small or something.
Absolutely.
Especially being able to use one boring bar. So if you know if one bore is a little bit off in the setup,
yeah,
you can just get the other bore right on the same spot.
It makes checking a part incredibly easy, right? Because you'll have a gauge spin and you'll check your go and your no-go. And by just checking that first counterbore, I have the confidence to know that that second counterbore is going to be dead nuts as well.
Same tool,
yeah.
It's not worn out with
exactly.
Short of
yeah,
time,
just don't let my operators hear that. I want them to check all the bores. But yeah, we have that confidence that if this bore is good, the board right in front of it is also going to be great.
One tool offset, you're good to go.
One tool offset and you're good to go, yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I like that.
And the quick change system makes it incredibly simple as that tool begins to wear out and we catch that visually with our surface finish. It's as simple as unlocking a set screw, throwing a new boring bar in there, locking it back in, pressing start, and we're good to go again.
Save a lot of time.
Save a lot of time and a lot of headaches, absolutely. So because we're a job shop and every day we're seeing all different types of prints and we're making all different types of products, right? One machine could be running a commercial part and right next to it, we're running a part that's going to outer space. The demands and the needs change so much. So we're always looking for ways to boost our efficiency, making sure we're cutting down downtime and making sure that the tools that we need are there when we want them. And one way Scientific makes this an incredibly simple process is, one, the way the tools are named, right? The nomenclature is so easy to follow. When you're looking at a print, you can see a bore there and you see that number that it calls out. If you know what that number is, regardless, you can go into Scientific's website and look at the minimum bore and be able to find the tool that you need within minutes. So what we've actually done is, and this isn't something new, but we actually go ahead and put in the part numbers in our toolkit and in our program. So we'll come down here and on tool 12, you'll see we have bore 290 by 200, but also we went ahead and wrote the exact part number. So we'll have SCTB 290-200. Now, for any chance, let's say we dropped the ball and we didn't order enough of those boring bars and one breaks and we have no more, what do? Is our machine sitting for the rest of the day? No. Luckily, we have these boring bars in a variety of sizes typically here. So what we do is, by knowing simply the minimum bore size, the nomenclature makes it so simple. Those first 3 numbers or those first 4 numbers are your minimum bore.
Absolutely.
So if it's B1000, that's 1 inch. I cannot cut a hole smaller than 1 inch. My minimum bore is 1 inch. So that's the way we save time. It makes it easy for our operators to go ahead and be able to find what they need right away. And even if that exact tool isn't available, they can see other options that they can use that also meets their minimum bore and depth of cut, and it makes it quite simple.
Yeah, absolutely. It takes the guesswork out and really minimizes.
Takes the guesswork out, and it really boosts the details really matter when it comes to shaving seconds off a setup time and even runtime.
Yeah, especially with all these different parts. Like
Yeah.
you said, you're doing some small part or one's going up to space. It's
Absolutely.
not always high production work if you get the same thing over and over again.
Absolutely.
So you really need something that you know that,
That you
hey,
can
I can read
depend
the part
on.
number, I know what it is. I don't gotta have to measure it or have to look on the website every time.
Yep.
We want to thank Albert for showing us how we can use scientific cutting tools to speed up the process. If you want to experience these same results, check out Scientific Cutting Tools.